We are at the Air Base Speedway for the 23rd race of Season 3 of the SCRL Grand National Series. The number 59 of Cole Ash will lead us to the green flag. Starting beside him is the number 2 of Bronson Minnick. Points leader Andrew James will be starting in the 16th position. He has a 59-point lead over Josh Barker. Barker is starting 11th. The Air Base Speedway. This is a track that actually has been made for NR 2003. It is a half-mile track, so first time we are ever using this event here in the Grand National Series. In the last round at Morristown, Brent Davison, who is starting all the way back in the 21st position, won for the 4th time this season, breaking a tie with Jacko Deskwatcher and Kristen Russell, who had all won 3 races up to that point. So Brent Davison has the most wins this season with 4. This is the 15th time out of 23 races so far 23 races this season so far that we have run at a half-mile track. So yeah, way more than half of the races this season have been on a half-mile track. Of course, that is typical. Back in 1951, the Grand National Series back then would run a lot of short tracks. That's what we are doing for this season. Cole Ash won the pole here today. The first time ever at the Air Base Speedway. I have never used this track, so I have no idea what to expect. And now, for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
59 points is the advantage Andrew James has over Josh Barker. Doesn't look like anybody's having any problems. "20 laps, once again, will be the distance for today's race, as it has been for the majority of this season. Pace car is pulled in. And we are not going green. Looks like it's a delayed start, as the pace car is stuck. That's awkward. We'll see if we go this time. In a way, I'm not really surprised that this happened. I mean, it is a new track, but it is an old track, so all we can do is see if this will take us green or not. Will this count as a lap? No, it will not. And the pace car is still stuck.
2 hours later.
We're racing here at Air Base Speedway. Off into turn number 1. Brian Minnick on the outside trying to pass Cole Ash. He's just going to try. Can he get the run off the high side? Not yet. Still side by side. Off into turn number 3. Bronson Minnick clears just a little bit, but Cole Ash has the run on the inside line. Off turn number 4. Who will lead the first lap? Looks like it'll be Cole Ash leading lap number 1. No. Yep. He got it. Still side by side for the race lead. Bronson Minnick trying to clear him. Back here we got Josh Barker trying to make a move. He needs those valuable points if he wants to catch Andrew James. Back up front, still battling side by side for the race lead. Bronson Minnick for a run on the high side. Minnick will lead lap number 2. That's his car number. He will complete the pass, but here comes Cole Ash on the inside line. Both of these drivers are looking for their first career win. Actually, the first 3 4. The front 4 drivers have never won in this series. Make that 5. Brent James has never won. Austin Line, he won earlier, so he has won at Dayton. Chris Kyle, of course, has won. Kyle way wide. He's going to stay off the wall. And Bronson Minnick has assumed the race lead. But look at Cole Ash going to try and use the high side. Way wide. Trying to use that to his advantage, but it did not work. It actually hurt him. Complete lap number 4. Currently trailing the field is the 58 car, Brent Davison, 4-time race winner. Again, here comes Cole Ash on the inside, on the outside. Bronson Minnick trying to defend the inside. Here comes Cole Ash. There he goes. But Minnick going to get a run. And Bronson will maintain his race lead as they go a staggering 77 miles an hour down the front stretch. 3 wide back here for position. Brent James, Austin Line, and Chris Kyle. We saw how it ended horribly for Chris Kyle in the last round of Morristown when he went 3 wide. Back up front, Bronson Minnick continues to hold the race lead as we complete lap number 6. From a historical piece, this track does look good, but from a racing quality, it's not as great as it could be. I know that Rover has continued to post updates and whatnot to the track, but again, I'm speaking from a league owner's perspective who has never raced this track before, and I've never created the track. I briefly worked on one, the Augusta Road course years ago, but it did not turn out that well. And I've never released it to the public. So I know how tough the track making can be. So, and at least this track was made. Because Bronson Minnick isn't enjoying this track because he had never been in the lead a lot of times as he completes lap number 8. And if we had never gone to this track, Minnick might have never have started up front. And he might not have never gotten a chance to get a win. So he's currently leading as we will have 11 laps to go this time by. The 2 leaders have pulled away to a 1.9 second lead over 3rd place, which is held by Mackenzie Dale at the moment. But here comes Austin Line on the inside line. So I mentioned before how 15 of the 23 races so far have been on the short tracks. That streak will end in the next round as we will head to the biggest track the Grand National Series heads to. That will be the Darlington Raceway for the biggest race of the season, the Southern 500. Unless you consider the Daytona Beach as the biggest race, in terms of points paying, it is the biggest pay in Darlington. It is 1,250 points, which means a driver in a part-time ride can actually be the points leader after Darlington, depending on where everybody else finishes. As we got 10 laps to go, Bronson Minnick is just keeping the hold of this one groove racetrack, basically. Let's see who's currently trailing the field. That would be the 100 car of Jeff Stott. Drives right now. He is hating the Airbase Speedway. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Darlington will be the next round. There are drivers in this series so far, 23 races in, that has not even scored points yet. Those drivers could finish 1 and 2, and they would be the points leader. And they would only complete 7 races so far this season. That's just how astronomical the points paying position is, and how small paying these short track races are. You only get $1,000 for winning in terms of the purse, so that means you only get 50 points. So this race will only be 50 points. While Darlington, the next round, will be worth 1,250 points. So these smaller points paying tracks, you will gain points after a while. But for Darlington, it could be the deciding factor as it was last year. In Season 2, Sebastian Torres won that event. And it was Sebastian's first of 2 wins that season. And Sebastian will go on to win the championships. So Sebastian, who has only competed in 6 races this season so far, which he had won 1 of them at Lakeview, Sebastian could win the championship if he wins the next round. That's a big if. He's got 5 laps to go. Battle for 3rd place is continuing between Austin Line and Mackenzie Dale. Josh Barker is in the 13th position, one of the last spots to gain points. And there you see Andrew James, who entered with a 59-point lead. He's got 5 laps to go. Andrew James is currently in 7th. So Andrew is going to try and extend his points lead, which is at 59. And Bronson Minix just slowly riding around. The average speed right now is 64 miles an hour. Four laps to go. And the season is slowly winding down. This is race number 23 out of 41. We've had several delays this season with races being pushed back. We are slowly getting there. We've got 3 laps to go. Bronson Minnick just keeping a small lead, a 0.7 of a second lead over Cole Ash. With Cole Ash, he actually did win a race at Altamont, Saskatchewan Fairgrounds, so Cole Ash will not be a first-time winner. We got 2 laps to go. Bronson can hold on. He took the lead, ironically, on lap number 2, driving car number 2, and with 2 laps to go, he has an 0.8 of a second lead. Into turn number 3, into turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go for Bronson Minnick. Can he make it back? Cole Ash slowly closing in. The lead is 0.5 of a second. He has half a second. Here comes Cole Ash on the outside. He's going to try and use it to his advantage. Bronson Minnick tries to block. Backstretch for the final time. Into turn number 3. Into turn number 4. We're going to have another first-time winner off the final turn. Bronson Minnick wins the inaugural race here at the Air Base Speedway. Another first-time winner here in the Grand National Series. Here are your race results. Bronson Minnick holds on and scores his first career win. Second is Cole Ash. Third, Mackenzie Dale. Fourth, Austin Line. Fifth, Sergeant Young. Sixth, Ty Westerner. Seventh, Andrew James. Eighth, Boston Austin. Ninth, Chris Kyle. And 10th, Chris Tuckett. Rest of your race results. Josh Barker finishes in the 12th position. Andrew James finishes 7th. Last car to score points will be Amber Reed. Rest of your race results. We had all 22 drivers finish the race on the lead lap. No one was out. Well, that's it here for race number 23 at the Air Base Speedway. We will check the victory lane for the first time in his career with number 2 of Bronson Minnick. Here are your point standings after the 23rd race of the season at Air Base Speedway. Andrew James is still our points leader. He has a 76-point lead over Josh Barker. Third is Sergeant Young, 111 points behind. Fourth is Austin Abilene, 133 points behind. And fifth is Chris Kyle, 155 points behind. Rest of the point standings. We will next see you for round number 24 at the highest paying purse event of the season and with the most points on the line with 1,250 at the Darlington Raceway for the 2nd Annual Southern 500. And until then, keep the hammer down and we'll see you at the track.